announce my candidacy for the special election in Congressional District 8 of Southern Arizona. I am a husband and father of 2 boys. I'm a businessman. I work for the family construction business here in Southern Arizona and all over the country. I love this nation. We need lower taxes. We need a stronger economy, and we need more jobs. That's what this campaign is going to be about. Lower taxes, a strong economy, more jobs. And I'm not going to sit here and give the press a big speech because I understand you all came out here to ask more questions. So please begin as you see fit, and I'll answer them as fast as I can.
Are you also committing to running in the general, and if so, which of the new districts would it be in?
Absolutely. We'll be running in the special election in Congressional District 8, and then afterwards we'll be running in Congressional District 2.
We noticed that you filed your election papers early on. Why the delay in formally announcing?
Well, we wanted to make sure everybody was all set to go. As you see, we're already moved in an office. All our volunteers are ready to go. We wanted to make sure we start off on the right foot. We weren't in a hurry to rush it. We want to do things right. The people of Southern Arizona deserve a campaign that's going to be run the right way, not one that's run in a hurry.
Jesse, right now we've got 4 candidates officially, well, who've at least announced they're in the race. You're the 3rd Republican, 1 Democrat. Especially on the Republican side, don't we end up with this compressed time frame, a bit of a circular firing squad, which just helps the Democrats in this case?
It shouldn't be that at all. Due to the short nature of this race, the campaign's going to be a positive campaign. The campaign's going to be about each candidate presenting themselves. It's going to be about lower taxes. It's going to be about a stronger economy. It's going to be about more jobs. I don't anticipate any kind of negative campaign.
Frank Antinori has actually said that you left town and now you're coming back and you're being an opportunist in this race. How do you respond to Frank?
I work for the family construction business. We do business all over the country. My wife and I are raising our 2 boys right here in Southern Arizona, and like so many other families in Southern Arizona, I have to pay my mortgage, put gas in my car, and put food on my kids' table.
Your friend Rick Sturtz said that you actually left town with your wife and had moved to Texas, and that you had some death threats in the wake of January 8th. Is any of that true?
No.
Okay. Is your wife living here now?
Standing right behind you, Jim.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What did you learn from the 2010 campaign, and how you incorporate that into this one?
What we learned is that families are struggling in Southern Arizona. They need more of their money. They don't need the government to continue to tax them into the ground. The families want their taxes lower. They want more jobs, and they want better jobs. That's what we learned in the last election, and we're going to go to Congress and work hard for that.
With time to look back on the election, have you been able to identify maybe what went wrong or what caused you to lose, and if so, again, how will you incorporate that into this campaign?
Of course, we've analyzed the last election, we've analyzed 2010, but really the issues we face in 2010 are the same issues we face in 2012. It's a stagnant economy, and families are struggling.
You said issues are the same 2 years later. You campaigned 2 years ago to help the Republicans take over the House. They did. Issues are the same. Did the Republicans fail in the House then?
Well, politicians will always be politicians, and the problem is that one party is not always right and one party is not always wrong. We need to send the right people to Congress regardless of party. We need to send the people to Congress who are willing to work for lower taxes, a stronger economy, and more jobs.
In your last campaign, you said that you hoped that when you got to Congress, there wouldn't be any Democrats in Congress because you didn't want to work with them. In this election, that's really not a possibility. Are you going to be able to work across the aisle with people in the other party?
Any and every American, whether in Congress or not, that wants to bring this economy back, that wants to help people get a good job, that's somebody that I'll be working with in Congress, without question, regardless of party.
You talk about bringing the economy back. A lot has changed since the last election, the last go-around. What is your plan for that specifically?
The plan specifically is we need to, for one, lower the tax burden on every single family. Every single American that currently pays taxes needs to pay less in taxes. Arizona families know how to best spend their dollars, not the United States government. We also need to unshackle businesses in this country. We have the highest corporate tax rate now in the world. We need to bring the tax burden down on those who create jobs, because right now we need to be rewarding job creators in this nation, not punishing them.
So you support the Obama administration's push to lower payroll taxes then?
I support anybody's push to lower payroll taxes. I support lowering income taxes. I support lowering the corporate tax rate. I support lowering capital gains taxes. There's not a single tax out there that I don't support lowering.
At what point do you stop cutting taxes? What is a reasonable tax rate? Or should the government not get any money from taxes?
The government should get all the money they need to do what they are constitutionally told to do. The United States government is there to protect us as American people. They need to foster a business-friendly environment. It is not business-friendly to take 50% of the taxpayers' money as the government currently does.
So what would be the rate?
The rate would be as low as you could possibly make it, but I support a 10% flat tax. I support every American paying 10% of their wages to the federal government. The federal government can figure out how to do that. Arizona families have to only spend what they take in, nothing more. The United States government spends $1 trillion a year more than they take in. That's completely unacceptable, and that's something we need to change.
Is that 10% with no deductions? You get rid of the mortgage deduction and things like that?
There will be no needed deductions if every American pays 10%. That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Jim. That's an excellent question. Filing taxes in this nation has become so unnecessarily complicated that the government itself doesn't know how to do it. We've seen that time and time again, that the head of the IRS can't file his taxes properly. It needs to be a simple process. A simple 10% flat tax will take care of that.
Does that include payroll taxes?
A simple 10% flat tax
Flat
on
tax,
all income taxes will take care of it. Sir?
How does that impact defense spending, given that that's such a chunk of the budget?
Well, defending this nation, defending Americans, defending Southern Arizona, that's the job of the federal government, is national defense. So if we begin to scale back the spending in all these other unnecessary areas, then the defense spending, the dollars for defense will be there.
What makes you a better candidate than the other two Republicans who have declared for this campaign?
Well, not here to badmouth any of the other candidates, because I actually have nothing but respect for the other candidates in this race. What we bring is a message of values. We believe taxes should be lower, we believe the economy should be strong, and we believe there should be more jobs in this nation. I am not a politician, I'm a businessman. I manage construction projects, I'm a husband and father. That's the message we'll bring to the people of Southern Arizona. And the founding fathers, when they created this country, didn't want all politicians or all one thing or another. They were lawyers, they were soldiers, they were business people. They came from all walks of life. We need that kind of diversity in Congress.
If I'm someone who last time did not vote for you, why should I now? How have you evolved?
What we've done so far in this campaign, and what we'll continue to do on this campaign, is meet the people of Southern Arizona and carry our message to them. There will be plenty of people coming over from last time. Actually, on election day, we won the election by 6 points. It was the early ballots that changed things. This time, we have a campaign that's ready to go. We're going to work hard for the people of Southern Arizona, not only now, but once we're in Congress, because that's what they deserve.
Can you tell us what project you were working on in Texas?
I'll give you all the details on that after. It was a project in San Antonio, Texas, a sewer line project.
Okay.
What sorts of obstacles are you anticipating during the campaign, and how are you preparing for those?
Well, that's the beauty of the campaign, is you can never predict all the obstacles that are going to come down the pike. But the only way to prepare for those is to start out with a great team, and that's what we have here. This is not a campaign that's based on one person. It's not about the candidate. It's about all the volunteers we have around us. We have such a great staff, so many volunteers, so many people that work so hard. And luckily for me, I have an amazing wife who will be there for all the obstacles that come. She'll be there supporting.
With what happened with Congresswoman Giffords, does that have any impact on how you would perform in this office collective?
First of all, I want to say our prayers are with not only the Congresswoman, but all the victims of that day and their families. The Congresswoman worked hard for this district. We intend to do the same. She worked hard for veterans in this district. We will certainly do the same.
As you weighed whether to run again, was it a no-brainer? Did you have to, really think about it? Can you take us into a little bit of your thinking behind that?
I wouldn't say it was a no-brainer, because the truth of the matter is I enjoy business more than I enjoy politics. But the fact is that the United States is $14 trillion in debt. We can either sit around and complain about it, or we can get up and go do something about it. I simply can't live with complaining about the government and not actually trying to fix the government.
What do you foresee as some of the challenges of this condensed cycle in this special election?
The biggest challenge is going to be getting the message out there, because it is so condensed, which I think is terrific. I know some people don't like it, some people have complained about it. I think a condensed election gives people a real short sample of what it's like to get involved in politics. So I think the main obstacle will be ensuring that every single family in Southern Arizona gets our message of lower taxes, a stronger economy, and more jobs. And we only have time for one more because we have a busy schedule today.
With the
Is it
condensed,
safe to assume that if you elected to this, or maybe if not elected to this CD8, that you will continue to run for in the next general election for CD? I think it's 2 that it would trigger.
We will be running for Congressional District 8 and Congressional District 2. There's no question about that because the people of Southern Arizona deserve lower taxes, more jobs, and a stronger economy.
You committed
And I
to
do appreciate you all for coming
committed
out
to
here
staying in
today.
that race if you
I
lose
will,
the primary?
We'll be taking more questions later on, and I will see you all on the campaign trail. Thank you very much.